level. This is why. All right, guys, today we're going to talk about my 2 or 3 strategies that everybody wants to know. How do you deal with getting out of a slump? When you're in the middle of a slump, whether you're on the mound, you're in the batter's box, or maybe even defensively, you're feeling like you're getting a little yippy and stuff like that. These are 3 strategies. The first one will apply mostly to hitters, but the next 2 will apply to anything you do in life, and is more of a mentality check and things you can do mentally to kind of distance yourself from the struggle. But we're going to talk about all that. First off, guys, remember, hit that like button, hit the subscribe button. If you love our daily content, you want to know when our streams go live, when our new videos drop, ring that bell for notifications so you know exactly when they're posted, exactly when we go live. We do kind of watch parties at night during college, during tonight probably, on the weekends when college baseball is going on. So if you're interested in that, tune in. Again, if you're interested in working with one of our advisors who's coached at the college level, a lot of the guys played professionally and are just actually interconnected and have great relationships with coaches all across the country, scan the Get Recruited QR code. We'll meet with you, talk about what we do, and see if it's the right fit. Okay, so how do we get out of a slump? How do we break out of a slump? Well, guys, the first thing is acknowledging that you're in a slump. Right? You have to acknowledge you're in a slump. Now, in my career, I played 7 years professionally. I was a 290 career hitter, but I dealt with a slump every single year. When you get to college and you get to pro ball, generally you're going to have some kind of slump throughout the year. Sometimes in pro ball, usually there's a few because you're playing, you're getting like 500, 600 plate appearances. And every single April, guys, I hit under 200. Every single April. And I learned strategies that by the end of May, I was always hitting 300 and was a midseason all-star. So I went from April doing terrible to by the end of May, I'm hitting 300, I'm an all-star, I'm getting promoted to the next level. So how did I do that? All right. So number 1 is what most guys get, talk about when they're in a slump. I'm, going to fight my way out of this, fight that, that's what a lot of guys get told. And this is exactly what not to do. And I'm going to tell you why. And I'm going to draw a few strike zones here for you guys so you guys can visualize this. And I'm a left-handed hitter, okay? So we're going to talk about ways that what happens when you try to fight your way out. So think about what happens when you're in a slump. When you're in a slump, you're having timing issues. Maybe there's approach issues. You have to settle that first. Like, is my approach correct? Are they pitching me differently now? Do I need to adjust my approach, right? That should be number 1. That should be the number 1 thing you go to when you start to struggle, especially in college and in high school. And, am I sitting fastball and they're just continuing to throw me sliders? Do I need to start sitting slider or off speed in general? That's something you have to think about first. Number 2 is timing. Am I on time? Am I just late? Do I need to change my timing? But sometimes, even when your timing's fine, there's the third thing is that you're just kind of out of sync, right? Your barrel awareness is not great. You think you're on time, but you're not, right? Even if your foot's getting down and you're moving at the right time, sometimes you still can't find a way to put the ball in the barrel, right? A key attribute of a slump is that you're hitting it off the end, you're getting jammed, you're just not making hard contact. And so when you try to fight your way, think about it, it's an oxymoron. It's like, I can't, my barrel accuracy is really low right now. I'm hitting off the end, I'm getting jammed, I'm swinging and missing. Why do I want to be in swing mode then? If my swing's not great right now, I'm not in sync, I don't want to be swinging all the time. And this is what most guys do wrong, is they try to fight through it, and ultimately what that leads to is guys getting themselves out all the time. Now I'm going to tell you what the difference is between the hitter getting themselves out and a pitcher getting the hitter out. Because these are 2 totally different things. Miguel Cabrera kept track of this every single year and tried to minimize the amount of times that he would get himself out. So at the top here, this is a hitter that gets that the pitcher gets out. The pitcher gets the hitter out. So I'm I'm sitting up here again. You guys know my approach. I'm looking middle in, probably not top of the zone, but I'm looking middle in, somewhere in this range, fastball. First pitch, backdoor slider on the corner, strike one. Second pitch, backdoor slider again, strike two. Two pitches landing on the crossing the corner, bottom of the zone. I'm not looking for this. I don't want to hit it. I'm timed for a middle in fastball. I'm not timed for a backdoor slider. Now with two strikes, he does perfect execution. Throws a fastball in this top, up and in corner of the zone, and I pop it up, or I fly out to right field. Right, executes perfectly. Pitcher got me out. The pitcher got me out because I stuck to my approach. He just really pitched well. Right, he threw two great pitches to start, got me behind 0-2, and then perfectly executed. Didn't make a mistake. Up and in, tough pitch with two strikes. I fight it off, but I'm out. That's a great at bat by me. The pitcher perfectly executed. I still find a way to put it in play, but I didn't get myself out. I didn't try to hit one of these pitches because, I'm down 0-1 now. Oh, God, if I take another strike, I'm to 0-2. No, I'm not looking for it. I'm not hitting it. Now, this is a hitter that gets themselves out. I'm looking, same thing. I'm looking middle in fastball, probably not top of the zone, but anything in this area. And he throws me a first pitch slider right here. And I'm, it's going to be in the zone. I swing, I slow my swing down, roll over to second, and I'm out. This guy got himself out. He's not looking for this pitch. He's not timed for this pitch. But he swings anyway because he's scared to death to fall behind. And he's struggling, so I'm just trying to get ahead. I just want to get, trying to get 3 hits with one swing, like I tell you guys. The more you do this, your slump will get longer and longer and longer. Again, guys, think about it. You want to be in swing mode when you're on fire. When you're killing it and everything you hit's on the barrel. We want to be aggressive, want to be aggressive, want to be aggressive. When everything you hit's off the end, or it's a swing and miss, or you're jammed, why are we in swing mode? We have to be patient. I want to be swinging less when I'm in a slump. I want to be making sure I'm tracking the ball. Am I picking up spin? Is my judgment on location accurate? And what I mean by that is when the ball's released, you should have an idea of where it's going to end up. Now again, this is more advanced. Some of you guys that are in high school right now and you're sophomores or you're freshmen, you may be like, what are you talking about, dude? You can tell that from when it's released? Yeah. The more you work and the better you get, you can tell that. And so one of the things I would always judge is out of the hand, if I can be like, okay, it's outside corner, and it was generally outside corner, all right, next pitch change up bottom, out of the zone. And I can call that, and I'm accurate with where I think a ball and a strike is, then I knew I'm seeing it well, I'm going to be fine. All right, so be patient. Stick to your approach. What you're looking for, attack. If it's not there, take it. We don't want to be in swing mode. Definitely don't want to be swinging at pitches we're not looking for when our swing's out of whack. Right? That doesn't make any sense. So I hope you guys understand that. I hope that makes sense. All right, number 2, gain perspective. Guys, there's a lot worse things in life than a slump. There's a lot worse things in life than a bad outing on the mound or walking guys on the mound. It is a gift to only have to worry about things like I'm not hitting well at the plate, or I'm not throwing the ball very well off the mound. There's people in our own country that are struggling. People that don't know where their food's coming from tomorrow. They don't know if they're going to have a job tomorrow. There's people all across the world that are growing up without water. They have no resources around them. They're in war zones. They're getting blown up. Like, sketch this in your brain right now. It could be a lot worse. It could be a lot worse. Oh man, I'm hitting 220. I'm hitting 220 8 games into the season. It could be a lot worse. It could be a lot worse, and I could be hitting 0. But I could also be like on the front lines of a war zone right now, wondering if tomorrow I'm going to make it to tomorrow. Right? That's a lot worse. So you have to be able to like mentally step out of the situation you're in, gaze gaze at the world right now, and make an and then when you've analyzed the wars going on, the people that are all across the world that have no water, they don't have food, and then go back into your body and think about how tough is it that you're not really hitting great at the plate right now. Not that tough. Not that tough. So let's stop taking it so serious like it's the worst thing in the world. All right? Gain perspective. Next, and this is important as well for that mindset that you can have. You can do this as a pitcher or as a hitter, and that's pick a guy. Now you're probably like, Kyle, what do you mean pick a guy? What do you mean pick a guy? What does that mean? I mean, what I always knew is no matter how bad I was doing, there was always a guy on the other team who was doing worse. Always. There was a, and maybe you'll be in that situation where you're the worst guy on either team. And again, at that point, you have to hey, get online and start looking through the league. Okay, he's doing worse. But generally, I always found a guy on the other team, and I could be like, you know what, man, I'm hitting 220 right now, but Kyle's hitting 080. He's got 8 hits and 100 at bats. That's a whole nother level of struggle. I got 24 hits and 100 at bats, hitting 240. I'm not happy about it. But I got 3 times as many hits. He's got 8. He's got 8 hits and 100 at bats. And I played against Trace Thompson. Had a year like that in Oklahoma City where I think he was hitting I want to say it was under 050, which is less than 5 hits and 100 at bats. So if you can imagine that. But that was his start to the year. So it was very easy that year when I'm hitting 220 to be yeah, 220 looks pretty good right now. So let me know what you guys think in the comments. Are you going to start using these strategies if you're in a slump right now, or when that slump inevitably happens, like it will? Let me know what you think, what strategies you use in your own game when that happens. And we'll be back again with another video tomorrow. Thanks, guys.